Namaste. There are two problems with astrology. One is people want prediction. Now, when you give positive prediction, there is no problem. But when you give negative prediction, they want remedies to be done. And the remedies are of two types, the classical remedies and the bizarre remedies, which are suggested by many people across. First of all, the aim of astrology or the aim of any art is to relieve the human suffering. And when you are having a problem with the work, when you are having problem with the career, when you are having problem with the marriage, the best form of resolving the thing is through the remedies. For example, there was a lady who was having problem with the child's education. I told her son will do very well in terms of arts, that is commerce, English, economics, rather than science and maths, and I asked her to do remedies so that he will get a good education. The point is, it took some time for her to accept it, and then later he started performing very well when there was an alignment. The problem is astrology predictions has to help in alignment. For example, there was a guy who was wearing a red shirt and his Mars was very afflicted. He went ahead and he fought with all his bosses on a Tuesday wearing red cloth. It kind of aggravated. So I told him, please don't wear red cloth. That will be having that will reduce the problem across. So astrology takes all these things into consideration. And when you give prediction, it should be very, very helpful to the client to solve and to heal the problem instead of aggravating the problem. Early in my days, when I used to practice tarot cards, there was a cousin of mine who came to him and I got 5 of swords. I said, be careful, you will fight with your boss. He ended up fighting with the boss and he lost the job itself without thinking. So astrology remedy, astrology prediction has to guide, has to counsel, has to help people to walk their destination across. Now, there was a video which I saw with the remedial measure. The person is saying, if the guru is exalted, you go and give yellow color clothes to people on the seashore temples. Now, how many seashore temples are there? How many Brahmins will take yellow color cloth? Now that is a big question mark. He says if the Jupiter is Nicha, you have to go and give to the person in the Samshan, the yellow color cloth. I really doubt you would be able to identify the Samshan man, and because in most of the cities these days it is electrical crematorium and he will be willing to accept a yellow color cloth. That is the problem with these remedies across. These kind of bizarre remedies actually has created a lot of misunderstanding and laughability and culpability in the astrology circle. For example, one astrologer suggested you have pass with you, you will pass the examination. Rubbish. I think the people who are all selling pass has failed in the examination. That's why they probably are in the retail business. So that is the problem. The remedies has to have 3 qualities. It has to work consistently, it can be repeated easily, and it can be used by many people across. The problem with these bizarre remedy is the person will go on telling the remedy without understanding that the remedy should clear the energy, and the clearance of energy should lead to the solution across. That is the main problem with these kind of bizarre remedy. I am a very, very classical guy. We do puja, havan, parayana, we do pada puja, a variety of things what we do has a tremendous impact, because ultimately in the remedy the vortex of the divine light has to open up and it has to connect to the antakarna and it has to flow into all the 7 chakras. Now, once you understand the concept of remedies in terms of energy and not in terms of some kind of a bizarre calculation, that will be very helpful to you. For example, some astrologers suggested go and give old clothes to a guru temple and ask the devata to wear. Now the priest in front of me said, please don't do this. It's a sin. You should not give old clothes to God. You please remove it across. So that is the problem with the remedies across. Astrology can be a great tool if we stick on to the classical remedies rather than suggesting some bizarre remedies which you have never employed. I have a student of mine who is teaching remedy, and actually he does not understand the distinguishing between solving a situation, solving a problem, solving a karma. Those are all various levels. The entire problem is there. So you need to be very, very careful in giving remedies to people. If suppose somebody, there was a lady who said to me, actually the pot has broken in my house. I kept a pot, sir, and I am pregnant. The pot is broken. I'm very worried whether my pregnancy will be having a problem. Because in Lal Kitab it has suggested that pot breaks, it will have a problem. I said, don't worry, light lamp from Jupiter for the fifth lord, your pregnancy will do well. And it ended up doing well. So that is the main problem with these kind of remedies across. They don't understand whether it heals a situation, whether it heals a problem, whether it aggravates a problem across. So that is the main problem with regard to the remedies. So please take time to understand, take time to suggest, and don't be very negative, pessimistic, because that is not the aim of astrology. Thank you.